Hey, I'd like to make a complaint. The quality of the vegetables you're selling are so understandard. They're disgusting.
What? Are you sure they're from us?
Yes, obviously. They're all shaped weirdly and they don't even look fresh. I can't even believe your business is still standing.
Are these vegetables the one that were delivered this week? We do grow them all natural, but I really don't think we shipped out anything that was too badly out of shape. Do you have any photos I can examine to clarify your complaint?
What the hell? Are you saying that I'm freaking lying, huh?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just wanted to double check whether a bad one got accidentally mixed into your delivery. And if that was the case, we would happily send out another box free of charge. So I would need some kind of evidence to clarify that.
There's no need for me to give you evidence, damn it.
What do you mean?
If I say your quality is poor, then it's poor. They're a rotten bad excuse for vegetables. End of story. You really think I of all people would make a false claim? Your vegetables are obviously trashed. Who the frick can even make use of any of this?
Oh, well, I don't know what to say. Are you saying that they're in the trash? Is that why you can't take the photos now?
Huh? No, what the heck?
No.
Why would you even think that?
I mean, you said no one could make use of it and it's trashed. So I thought you meant you threw it all out.
No, I meant they were friggin' trashy. Can't you even understand English?
I see.
You know what? I don't like your attitude towards me. What makes you think that you can talk back at me like that when you're only a lowly subcontract farmer, huh?
Huh? Come again?
Normally, you should be the one bootlicking me here, even praising me for pointing out your dumb mistakes. I'm the one doing all the effort, having to try and sell all your gross vegetables over here in the supermarket. You should be more thankful to me. Normally, people don't even get the chance to get to talk with me. Now I know even your personality is a disgrace.
Of course I'm thankful for you doing business with us and selling our vegetables.
Your words are meaningless to me. Isn't there something you're forgetting about?
I apologize, but I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Wouldn't you normally send over a thank you gift or something to people that bother to do trade with you? Not even a letter of gratitude within the deliveries? Your service really does suck. Do you have no common sense whatsoever?
Oh, that's what you mean. I'm sorry, but we've never done stuff like that before. We've been doing trade with you ever since my father's generation. But I assure you there's never been any kind of gestures like that from the start. My father never mentioned anything like that, even after I took over. I'm sorry, I've never heard of any traditions like that before.
But you're a woman, right? You're meant to be more caring, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Your father was well known for being a really skilled farmer, and also he was a guy, meaning that he could actually understand the concept of farming. So obviously that helped him get away with it. But you're just an old hag that's a mere low-life farmer that has no real background of your own. Yet you still want the business to keep going even when there's nothing special about you, right? Then you should really step up your game, honey. You need to put in that extra effort to keep the traders still interested.
You're being extremely rude to me. I will not allow your disgusting behavior towards me. You started out making a complaint about our vegetables, but in reality, there's really nothing wrong with them, is there?
Oh, you're making a complaint against me, hag? You're pathetic. You're just a lowlife. What are you gonna do? Do you really want to know the consequences of talking back to me like that? How dare you criticize me? I can say whatever I want.
Julian, please, let's talk more professionally here. I apologize, but we have been doing very good trade with your business for a very long time now, have we not? The person who was in charge before you was so much nicer. I really hope that our relationship with your company would continue for so much longer, but is that going to be a problem for you?
It was all according to how you'd react to my complaint. But now I've determined that the future trade with you guys will be impossible for us. It's too late for you to regret about your attitude now.
I apologize, but you've really caught me off guard here. I'm sorry if I made you feel I had an unreasonable attitude, but your words really did cut deep into me. Sir, we're an honest business that never overprices our stock. Our trade is completely based off of trust and the quality of our products. I just wanted to let you know that at the very least.
Oh wow, still talking back to me. This is why we don't like women operating businesses. Alright, if that's how you're gonna do things, then I have plans of my own. The day you start regretting every single one of your messages will come very soon. Just you wait and see. I'll get done with you real soon.
What do you mean? Julian? Morning. Have you met the new person in charge of Woolly Supermarket?
Morning. Oh, yeah, I do. He's actually become the person in charge for all the other farmers doing trade with Woolly.
What do you think about him?
What do you mean?
Like his reputation. I don't think I like him too much.
Well, for me at least, he was really polite and friendly. He even gave me a gift as a sign of appreciation for continuing partnership. Must be a culture thing or something. I think he's Lebanese. Well, I guess it's kind of expected of him, as he's now one of the highest boarding members of the Agriculture Union. But he did kind of have a negative attitude towards the other farmers and even my wife. So I don't think I'll be able to like him too much.
Oh, I thought so. I think he's going around judging people based on their status. He's revolting.
What happened? Was he rude to you too? Apparently he was making a complaint to my wife about the number of deliveries of our products and whatnot. Did he say something similar to you as well?
He made a ridiculous complaint about how our vegetables are not good enough quality for him, which they certainly weren't. Not just that, he even said all these rude things, putting me down and saying I was a low-life farmer. He ended the whole conversation by saying that he would make me regret having an attitude or something. I do admit saying that I was offended by him and all, but I clearly wasn't the one giving the bad attitude. I just really hope he doesn't actually go on to do something unnecessary that'll mess the whole business up. He seems really unpredictable.
Wow, I am stunned. He was really that bad? Well, nevertheless, if he does anything funny, he's the one who's gonna regret it.
Really? What do you mean?
He's completely looking down on us farmers, right? Mocking us and everything, thinking we're lower class, right? Then we should just show him just how much influence we farmers have over the industry.
Yeah, you're right. I was feeling so small, but now you've made me realize there's really no need for me to be listening to his words.
Yeah, exactly. Let's show him the bitter consequences of all his inappropriate actions. There's no way we're just gonna put up with this toxic attitude. We'll screw him over if he ever tries to actually double-cross us.
Alright, sounds good to me. I feel so much more relieved now. Thanks. I knew talking to you was the right thing to do. I'll contact you again as soon as I sense any weird activity in the trade. Hi, just a reminder that we're yet to receive confirmation of the number of products that are needed to be shipped today. Also, please give us confirmation whether it's okay to ship the same amount as usual tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, I totally forgot to let you know. We're completely discontinuing business with you. You can forget about your contract with us as well.
What did you say?
So now you know just how dispensable and minor subcontract farmers like you really are. This is why I warned you about your attitude towards me before. You should have never opposed against my opinions without properly acknowledging your own pitiful status in this industry.
You're insane! You can't cancel the contract on the day of delivery.
We're never gonna do business with you ever again. Guess you gotta say goodbye to your farm now. You stupid woman. You thought you could really pull it off in the farming industry.
You have already reserved for $300,000 worth of produce from us. Are you seriously going to cancel all your orders now?
Yeah, exactly. We can choose to do whatever we want when we want. Now that's the difference between you and us. We're a major supermarket and you're just a good-for-nothing countryside farmer. It's a no-brainer who has more power and jurisdiction over this industry.
This isn't about who has the most power and whatnot. If you really do cut your contract with us right now without having notified us prior, this will become a huge breach, as well as a matter of broken trust. Are you sure you really want to do this?
Yeah, whatever, who cares? You're not any of our problems anymore.
And your superiors also have approved of this as well?
No, this is purely my own jurisdiction. I found another vegetable farm that does business for way cheaper than you guys. By swapping you guys for them and ending up saving a whole lot of bucks for the company, I would surely gain more praise from my superiors. So I don't need your poor quality farm run by bozos being a part of our trade anymore. See, trade partners are merely indispensable. Yeah, you guys are gonna be bankrupt. Sorry, Hagrid.
Unbelievable. You're really so toxic. So, you admit that you went ahead acting on your own, terminating business with us without even consulting or getting approval from your superiors? Fine. If that's how you want it, then we'll have to act accordingly as well. We are going to fight back.
Are you really that stupid? I'm saying that we're completely cutting ties with you. You can't do anything about it anymore. After this conversation is over, there's no way of making contact with us ever again. If you want to make a complaint, then you should blame no one other than yourself. This is all your fault for rebelling against an almighty board member at Woolly. You're the one who let all your fellow farmers down. How pitiful. Now that you're going out of business, you'll have plenty of time to reflect upon your own dumb mistakes. So, that's it. I'm canceling all and every delivery from your farm to make room for the cheaper farm I found. If your father had still been around, maybe there would have been a chance for you guys to be able to do something with the $300,000 worth of extra produce. But too bad you're the one in charge now. Your lack of business skills is going to make them all go to waste now. That really goes against your motto of being the most environmentally friendly farm, huh?
Shut up already with your nonsense. We are going to shut down your company.
That's so cute.
I'm serious. You have crossed the line way too far. Cancel our deliveries all you like. There's no going back now, and you are going to pay big time.
What are you talking about, Hagrid? Gonna throw some large pumpkins at us? Please, our company's located on the top of a floor of a skyscraper, huh? What can you, a lowly farmer from the countryside, ever do about this?
A company that instantly makes a breach of contract on the spot for finding a cheaper source of produce elsewhere? We should be the ones refusing business with you guys. You're gonna regret ever getting on my nerves. Just you wait. That day is gonna come very soon.
I'd like to see you try. Oh, wait, but all you really do all day is moan and sell rotten vegetables. That's even worse. Any effort you make will prove to be fruitless. Good luck, bozo.
We'll show you just how much potential we farmers have. Just you wait and see, you toxic scum.
What the frick did you just do?
Oh, hello again. What are you talking about?
You friggin' know what this is about. All of our subcontract farmers suddenly canceled their contracts with us, right after we had our conversation. They're saying that it's their agronomical power or something? What the hell? What the frick is happening?
What's happening? Guess we gotta add stupid under your name as well. I simply did what I said I would. Make you regret. Our farmers' union will never partner with you ever again. Good for you, you found some other cheaper place to get your products, right? I guess it's all in right timing for you.
Even then, one farm isn't going to be enough to fulfill the requirements of a major supermarket. I know you know that. Stop playing dumb. Please, at least do something about the dairy farm. It's the biggest problem for us if we don't get them back on our contracts. We have a dairy factory to run to make exclusive woolly products. How frickin' dare you? How the heck did all of this happen?
Well, I guess you are in a bit of a pickle now. I suppose being rude to the farmers actually had a consequence. My, isn't it wonderful how you can learn something every day?
I'm being serious here. Tell me right now what the frick you did.
Well, Julian, it all started when you acted all rude to us, did it not? So naturally, all our farmers were already sick and tired of you being a pain in the butt, even though you only just transferred here. Everyone had already decided that they didn't like you being in charge of the trade. That's the gist of it.
That's messed up. Business is friggin' business. Why would their well-being get in the frickin' way? That should have nothing to do with it.
You should really watch your attitude.
Huh? What for?
How are you able to think that you're so great, by the way? Do you really understand your own status here?
What are you saying?
Your company is going to go broke, and it's all going to be your fault.
Look who's talking. All your friends canceled their contracts. What are you guys gonna do for trade now, huh? Are you guys friggin' morons?
Just like you said, trade partners are indispensable. There are other places we can go for business. All we have to do is make contracts with another supermarket. There's really no trouble for us. To top it off, the penalty we'll get from your supermarket is really going to help us with continuing our business. Thanks.
Huh? Penalty? Why the frick would we give you penalty money? Your friends are the ones that canceled their contracts with us on the spot. We're the ones under significant economic damage now because of all these stupid farmers. And I'm in danger of being held for all the responsibility when you guys are the ones that acted all irrationally. I demand you do something about this now.
Whatever do you mean by me doing something for you? You're the one that said that our relationship is completely gone. Also, the person that started canceling contracts on the spot was none other than you. You're the one who started all this.
Yeah, still, things are not running in my favor. Do something.
And also, the breach of contract was done with your own sole judgment, right? So obviously, you should be the one to take all the responsibility for all this. Make sense yet, clever boy?
Well, maybe, just maybe, the responsibility for canceling on you is mine. But what about the other farmers, huh?
The other farmers also testified that you bribed them and forced them to buy you gifts of sorts and do things for you that have nothing to do with the trade. So, as I said, because of all the things you did, they decided themselves that they didn't want to trade with you any longer as well. They all wanted to fight back as well, like me.
Huh? Bribing? How dare you? I've never done anything of the sort. That's purely their own misunderstanding. It's a sign of respect they should all be doing anyway.
Don't think you can talk your way out of this now. We've recorded every one of your messages and conversations.
Huh? What for?
We had all been preparing for this very day, because we could clearly tell that you were bound to do something just like you did to me. We worked together to gather all the proof that we would need to take our revenge. Now, that's what you call trust in a business. See, this is why it's important to have actual evidence to prove your complaint. Learned your lesson? So, looks like we'll be saying our goodbyes to you very soon, too.
I didn't know that you guys were preparing something like that. That's not fair. Whatever you have nothing whatsoever that proves I did anything wrong. You're over-exaggerating all of this.
Over-exaggerating, you say? Perhaps you're just not understanding the absurdity of your actions. Even just the sole action where you canceled our orders is a huge issue. It's solid proof of just how much you look down on us farmers. You've never had any concern for us from the very start.
Oh, come on. That was just giving a tit for tat.
You canceled $300,000 worth of trade. This isn't child's play. And we're going to make things fair and square. It's either you go down or the company does. I wonder which one your seniors would choose,
Wait, no. Okay, I apologize. I was in the wrong.
Well, yeah. Obviously, we all know that by now.
But could you please let me off the hook? Just understand that this is not my fault. My father raised me like this. I'll even recontinue our contract. We can start business again, and I'll even order $600,000 worth of produce this time. So, can you please make talks with the other farmers? Please? We can all continue with our contracts again. Then there's no need to use all your evidence now, right? Please, I'm begging you, please don't send them to the company. We could all go back to being happy again.
Do you really think I would do something for you now? You're only sorry because we got you. And obviously everyone else hasn't taken all this lightheartedly. Your little dumb apologies will hardly have any effect now. It's out of the question.
Then what am I supposed to do now? I have a whole life, you know? You can't do this.
My friends are already at the company now in regard to the situation, and they're showing your seniors the evidence right now as we speak. The only deal we're going to accept to resume our contracts is by having you fired from the company on the spot.
Huh?
I guess we'll just wait for your seniors' decision, shall we?
That means I could actually get fired right now. What? You can't do this. What good is that gonna do? I can't be fired. No way. Stop or you'll suffer.
We've all already suffered enough, and now it's time for you to pay. We'll finally go back to running our valuable business just the way it should be. And oh, I've just got the message. They're on their way to your office right now to fire you.
Help! Help! No, Mrs. Potts, please. I'm sorry. I won't do anything bad ever again. I promise.
It's too late for that now. I wonder who was the one that ended up regretting their actions, huh? You should have never made light of us farmers. You rotten bad excuse of a human. After all my farmer friends canceled their contracts and requisitioned penalty fees for all the numerous breaches of contracts by Julian, the company went into a huge frenzy. When the conditions to revoke our demands were laid out, the board members didn't think twice before grabbing Julian by the collar. Although Julian did a pitiful job of saying all the excuses he could think of to get out of being fired, his seniors did not care one bit to reason. He was fired right on the spot in front of all my friends. By doing so, the company was saved from having a huge calamity happen within the business. The board members also thanked us for revealing his true colors and deeply apologized for never taking their complaints about Julian seriously before. As a result of this affair, the bond between our farmers and the major supermarket company grew even stronger. Revisions of the old contracts were even made, and now everybody works under much better circumstances than before. I guess it's true when they say that a rainbow lies behind every storm cloud. I refuse to stay miserable about this whole conflict for my own well-being, so therefore have decided to remember Julian as a blessing in disguise. But one thing I have learned for sure is that if you're rude to someone, it will certainly come right back at you to bite you in the butt.
Hey, Mina, there was something that I wanted to ask you. Is the house that your parents used to live in really empty?
Yeah, nobody lives there right now. It's been empty ever since they moved abroad last year.
I guess they don't really need that house anymore then.
What are you saying? It's still their property, and I'm sure they'll do something about it eventually.
They're probably just gonna break it down. I doubt it's gonna have any value. Would it be okay if I dealt with that house?
What do you mean, deal with it? I don't think they'd ask you to do anything to their property.
You're really are an uppity woman, aren't you? Do you really have to question everything that I do?
What did you just say to me?
You're so difficult to talk with. I much prefer talking to Lisa, Alan's wife. She's such a kind girl and is also very cute. The complete opposite of an old hag like you.
I agree that she's a very kind person and is much younger than me. However, that doesn't have anything to do with my parents' house. You also don't need to insult me like that.
It does, actually. We're all planning to move in together with Lisa and Alan.
You guys are gonna live together?
Yeah, I think I would enjoy living with them. I could never imagine moving in with a woman like you. Anyway, we were just looking for a place that's big enough for us to live together.
That's why you're asking me about my parents' place? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to let you live there. I'm currently discussing with my siblings what to do with that house.
I had no idea that you had siblings. You should have told me.
I thought I introduced them to you at my wedding. Did you forget already?
Who knows, because I never pay much attention to the things that you say. Your parents' place is pretty big. There's no way that you guys are gonna need all that land.
Are you listening to anything I say to you? There's no land available that you can use. Even if there was, we wouldn't just give it to you for free. I think that it would be a lot quicker if you guys looked elsewhere for a plot of land to build a house.
This is the reason why I absolutely hate you.
Wait, what did you just say?
I hate you! What, you can't read? I'm the mother of your husband. You need to treat me better. There's no way you should be rejecting any of my requests to you. I don't understand why you can't be normal and just give me that house.
I personally don't think that's a normal thing to do at all. Anyway, would you please just look elsewhere for a place to live? Even if I wanted to give you that house, I can't. It's not my property. It's my family's property.
I really don't get why Mike had to marry a woman like you. I have no idea how he fell for someone that's so selfish and mean. Are you not embarrassed by your own actions?
I'm not embarrassed at all because I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. All I'm doing is telling you that you can't live in my parents' house.
I really dislike the way you talk to me as well. You try to sound smart when you're just an idiot. Why don't you try to learn how to talk from Lisa? She's very polite and a pleasure to talk to.
Well, I'm sorry if you don't like how I talk. I'm a completely different kind of person to her, and I think that we both have different strengths and weaknesses. I don't intend to copy her at all, as that's not who I am.
You're disagreeing with me again. Just how arrogant do you have to be?
I'm not trying to be arrogant at all.
That's it. I've had enough of you. I'm gonna do what I want with your parents' house.
What are you talking about? I told you that you can't have that place. It's not even up to me. It's not your property, so stay away.
Everything that I say is final. I don't have to listen to what you say. You can use this as an opportunity to learn to listen to me. There's no point trying to argue with me as I'm superior to you. I hope that the next time I ask you for something, you agree with me right away.
You can't just force me to give you that house. If you need a large place to live together with them, please go to a real estate agent. If they really do want to live with you, you can ask them to help you look for a house. Don't you dare try to steal my parents' place.
We've already talked about this and decided that we want your parents' place.
So they're on your side about this?
Of course they are. We discussed our options and decided that we want to use the land your parents' house is built on. You're the only one that hasn't agreed to this idea.
Why did you think it would be okay as long as the three of you agree? None of you have any claim to that house. I'm telling you that you cannot have that house. I really don't understand why you thought I would ever just let you have it.
Why are you being so selfish? No one in your family is using that house. It's a huge waste.
You're going to make matters even more complicated if you live there. We're not talking about this anymore. The answer is no. Hey, your mom is saying some crazy things to me again.
No, you can just ignore her as usual. She says weird and crazy things all the time.
This time it's a lot worse than usual. I have a really bad feeling if I just ignore her. That's why I'm discussing it with you. I'm not sure what I should do about her.
Is that bad? What did she say to you?
She's telling me that she wants the land that my parents' house is built on. She wants to use the land to build a large house so that her, Lisa, and Alan can move in together.
Wait, what? They're all planning to live together?
Yeah, and the scary thing is that they both agree with her idea of taking my parents' place. Are they just as insane as her?
Yeah, they're definitely not normal. I don't know Lisa very well, but I do know what kind of a person Alan is. He thinks just like her, and I think I know the reason why they want to move in together.
I didn't know that. What do you think the reason is for them moving in together all of a sudden? It seems a little out of nowhere to me.
I think they've always wanted to live together. He was always her favorite child and got treated so nicely by her. They probably just miss each other a lot.
That's not a bad thing, though. It's kind of cute that they get along so well.
I guess, but not when they work together to try steal your parents' place. I think that things might get a little annoying if we don't do something about it.
Exactly. I agree with that completely. I have no idea why they thought that I would just let them have the place. She was telling me that I should listen to everything that she says because she's my mother-in-law. I told her that my parents' place had nothing to do with that, but she didn't listen to me at all.
I'm sorry that she treated you that way. She just doesn't have any morals whatsoever. I also heard that he was having some troubles lately. That might be one of the reasons they suddenly asked you for the house.
What kind of trouble is he having?
I'll tell you when I get home. It's a long story.
I've decided to have your parents' house.
What are you talking about? I thought I said no to you already.
Actually, I don't really need the house itself. I just want the land it's built on. We're gonna use this beautiful plot of land to build our new house on.
What plot of land are you talking about?
Stop acting like you don't know. I'm talking about the land that your parents' house is built on. We're just about to demolish the house so that we can build a new house here.
You're not serious. You can't just do something like that.
None of your family is using this place anyway. There should be no problem at all with me taking it down. Why don't you be more supportive of our happy future? The house we're planning to build here is going to be so amazing.
Are you actually insane? What are you talking about? Did you say that you were about to demolish your house? You better not touch the house.
It's too late for that. Me and my family are tearing the place down right now.
There's no way you're allowed to do such a thing without our permission.
We've already smashed the walls down. I think that you have no choice but to give us the permission now.
Wait, what? You smashed down the walls?
We're gonna break down what we can by ourselves. Then we're gonna hire some professionals to demolish the rest and remove all the waste from the building.
I'm sorry, but I still can't process what you're telling me. Are you seriously destroying my parents' house right now?
That's what's happening. How many times do I have to say it to you? We're demolishing this house so that we can build our own house on this beautiful plot of land. The house was already really old, so you guys should be grateful that we're demolishing it for you. You can come over to visit us sometimes if you really want.
That's not my parents' house that you're demolishing.
Don't start with your stupid mind games.
I'm serious. I have no idea what you're demolishing right now. My parents' house no longer exists.
What are you talking about? The house is right in front of me.
If what you're saying is really true, then you're gonna be in big trouble. Were you serious when you said that you were breaking the wall?
Yes, I'm serious. We're smashing down the wall to your house right now. Alan and Lisa are helping me out.
You guys really are crazy. And I think that there's been a huge misunderstanding between us. My parents' house was demolished last week. It no longer exists.
There's no way that's possible. You must be lying to me again. There's a house right in front of me.
How did you even get to that house? I don't remember telling you the address to my parents' place.
I just came to the address that was written on the Christmas cards your parents sent us a few years ago.
You just entered the address into Google Maps, didn't you? The place is in the countryside, so the maps aren't that accurate. You probably mistook the neighbor's house for my family's house. Our neighbors are absolutely crazy.
You're just making all this up, right? I'm not gonna fall for your lies.
Was their front garden full of trash? Our neighbors are very unhygienic and never take their trash out. You were saying the building looks old and worn down, so I think I'm correct.
Yeah, the entire place was full of trash. The place looked really old as well, so that's why I demolished it. I was doing you a favor. It wasn't the sort of place where a human can live.
Well, that's our neighbor's house for sure. I think that they have some mental issues. Their house was always full of trash and rodents. When we lived there, we try to avoid them as much as possible. I guess you guys are going to have to talk to them after what you've done.
Did you say to me that you guys already demolished your own house? Are you telling me that this empty plot of land next to this house is your land?
It used to be our land. It's not our property anymore because we sold it.
Wait, what? You guys sold it?
Yep, we demolished the house first because it was getting really old. We got the entire area cleaned and then we just sold the land. That area is actually very popular and we managed to sell the plot of land right away.
You've got to be kidding, right? You guys sold this land already.
That's what I just told you.
Why did you guys sell it so suddenly? No one was doing anything about it for an entire year.
It took an entire year because we were discussing what we wanted to do with the house. There were a lot of potential options. One of us could have started living there, but we then found out it was a little too old to safely live there, and I already told you about the neighbors. We thought about repairing the place, but the quote was a little expensive. It took us a while to finally decide to demolish the house and just sell the land. That's why the house was left empty for a year.
Why didn't you tell me about that? I had no idea about it.
Our parents decided to give the house to me and my siblings when they moved abroad. They said we could do whatever we wanted to do with it. We were discussing what to do with it in private.
They just gave you the house? It's not fair. You should have told me that you guys had plans for the house. I can't believe your parents got to move abroad as well. I'm so jealous of them. We can't even afford to move to a new house in this country.
There's no point complaining to me about that. Moving to Italy was one of my father's dreams since he was young. We decided to use the money that we got from selling this house for our parents. We're gonna build them a new house at the country they moved to. Can't thank them enough for raising us. I don't feel any gratitude toward you, though.
You really are a rude, arrogant woman, aren't you? I no longer think of you as part of my family. I don't need someone like you in my family because you never listen to what I tell you to do. Please, would you get a divorce with Mike and disappear so I never have to see you again?
I don't plan on getting a divorce, but we don't plan on ever seeing you again. I guess we finally agree on something.
What do you mean by that?
We both decided that we don't want to have anything to do with you in the future. We're both going to cut all ties with you.
Wait, what? You're both cutting ties with me.
You must be delighted that you get to cut ties with me. It's a shame that he also decided to cut ties with you.
I don't plan on cutting ties with him at all. He's my son, after all. There's no way that we're never going to see each other. Are you stupid? How could you even say such a thing? You really are so immoral.
I should be the one saying that to you.
Why is that? I have not done anything wrong in my life.
Do you really not realize what you've managed to do? You made a mistake and completely demolished a stranger's house. I didn't see how bad it is myself. However, from what you've told me, it sounds really bad.
It's no problem at all, actually, because we ran away. I don't think they're ever going to find out that it was us that did it. Even if they did somehow find out that it was us, we're going to be fine. We thought that it was your house. It was all just a misunderstanding. If anything, we're going to blame it on you, so you should be prepared.
Are you serious? I'm pretty sure that what you've done is a huge problem. It's going to be a lot of money that you owe to them. Are you guys going to be okay? I thought that Alan was in some huge debt and that's why he wanted to move in with you. He was planning to save some money by asking you to pay for the living expenses, right?
What are you talking about? Stop making up so many lies.
Wait, you didn't know about that? I heard that he's in a lot of debt from gambling. Lisa also buys so many high-brand items that they both have no money left. They couldn't pay the rent for their apartment and they got kicked out. That's why they suddenly asked to move in with you. I guess you really didn't know about any of this.
Are you serious? I thought that they asked to move in with me because they liked me so much.
so you finally understand what's going on. They're only wanting to live with you for the money. Also, if you didn't break the walls of the wrong house, you would still be in trouble. I would have reported you to the police for destroying my family's property. One more thing, our neighbors have multiple CCTV cameras around their house.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I told you that they're a weird family. I don't think they want other people coming near their house that much. I don't know what they do in there, but it's probably illegal. I'm sure they're going to be absolutely furious when they find out about this. Are you finally starting to realize how serious this all is?
Maybe I did cross the line this time. Do you think I'm gonna be in trouble?
Of course you're going to be in trouble. I'm sure the police are going to have to get involved.
This is all your fault. You better help me out of this.
No, this is all your fault, so you need to take responsibility for what you've done. Even if you didn't have the wrong house, you'd still be in trouble. I hope that this finally teaches you a lesson. You can explain this all to the police when they come to get you. Make sure that you never contact me again. Don't forget that we're both cutting ties with you completely. The neighbors decided to call the police as soon as they saw what had happened to their house. Mary was caught by the police right away as there was so much evidence left on the CCTV cameras. Andrew and Lisa decided to blame everything on her and ran away. They also decided to steal all the money that she had before disappearing completely. Mina and Mike ended up cutting ties with her completely. She wanted to ask them for help, however, they'd blocked her number. She ended up losing all her money and family. On top of all that, she was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Maybe she'll be a decent human being by the time she gets out. Maybe. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.